All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Live Coin Q&A. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. Looks like it's slow going. We were off last week, so we had our bye week last week, but we are back. And we have a pretty nice array of various coins to talk about. Thank you, everyone that emailed us your questions and your submissions and those coin images. We are going to go through some of the more intriguing coins this week. Good evening, Hiram. Welcome, sir. I think you're the first one on here. But anyways, yeah, they're all starting to roll in. We're going to do a quick introduction with the panel like we do every week. I suppose we're going to start down here to Mr. Coins and Ghouls. Adam, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name's Adam. I've been collecting for about over a decade now, and I started with Morgans and kind of really got into it, and I really like Lincoln Cents now, Varieties, and Franklin half dollars. I also cherry pick eBay for pretty much anything that I can find that's a FS listed coin. And I enjoy enjoy the hobby, and it's a lot of fun.
Outstanding. And Adam, if you'd like, you can go ahead and pick the next participant.
Oh, let's go to Blues.
Next victim, thanks. All right, everyone. I'm Eric Bartholomew, aka Blues Coins. Welcome everyone to the Q&A show tonight. Set collector, variety and error collector, cherry picker, desk cleaner upper. It seems like I clean my desk up every week, and then 5 minutes later, it doesn't look like I've done anything to it. So, welcome to the show. We are here. We got some good stuff for you tonight.
So what's that good old saying, Eric? You're not a true coin collector unless you have mountains of coin stuff on your desk.
Yes, it's something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I clean my desk and I find stuff that I lost 8 months ago, and I put it someplace and lose it again, and then I find it again later. So it's all good.
Good or bad stuff, or stuff you were hoping to just keep hidden.
It's some stuff I just wish I didn't find. It's like, why did I keep that?
I don't know. We got some time. Do you want to tell the audience why you kept that? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and pick your next victim, and thank you for keeping it PG.
Oh, yeah. I guess I better behave tonight. How about Seamus?
Thank you, Eric. Good evening, everybody. I'm Seamus Omaha, or my real name is Carl, and I'm Carl Omaha on eBay. And my forte is Lincoln Memorial Cents. I really enjoy those. And am I getting an echo?
Yeah.
Is everybody else muted?
No,
it's just me, huh?
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody, and I'll try to figure out my echo. Well,
I don't hear the echo anymore. I don't know.
It's good now.
Oh, that's because I'm not talking anymore.
No.
Anyway,
Gotta shut him up.
Memorial Cents. I searched BU rolls for varieties and errors, and I started looking for them just to sell them. But then I figured, hey, why not save a few and make a collection? So I've been able to do that as well, and now I'm hooked on Lincoln Memorial Cent varieties and errors, and I dive into quarter boxes every once in a while and search and look for W's and varieties on quarters. And I'm learning right along with all of you folks. And I hope that when we look at a coin and talk about a coin, that I'm able to maybe expand on the topic or ask a question that maybe the rest of you also have. So I'm learning along with the rest of you. Thank you.
No. Thank you, Carl. And I guess that leaves you, Mr. Stanley.
That leaves me. Hello, my name's Jeff Stanley, and I collect coins. And I'm very eclectic in the way I collect. I do a lot of multiple sets of certain series I really like. Lately, I've been picking a new series, I think about once every 2 weeks. Adam inspired me to start looking at some of the Franklins, and I've actually, I think I've made some pretty solid buys with that here recently. We'll see when one of them shows up how I did. Also picked up Shield nickels this past week, but my bread and butter, the thing I feel the most comfortable with, are Jefferson nickels. I like to go through boxes of those circulated rolls, uncirculated rolls, and try to find new stuff, high quality items that I could possibly add to my sets, or maybe even really grade. It just depends on what that looks like. But I like a little bit of everything, old stuff, new stuff. If it's a coin, it doesn't bother me. I collect it. I lean towards varieties. I like varieties a lot, but the quality stuff I really like as well.
Sounds good. Speaking of varieties, I think you have one to share later on in the show, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. I thought I'd throw one in there. You can see that box of nickels back there. I may have found a box load of them, so I'll show you what I found. And I'm not keeping all of them. I'm throwing some of them back in, so I can't keep all of them.
Sorry, it looks like I'm on a ship or something.
It fits with the nautical theme, Sean.
Yeah, it sure does, huh? Although I have a sign missing right here. Real quick before I do a quick introduction, good evening, Scott. Amber, always a pleasure. She's going to be one of the admin moderators in chat, so please be on your best behavior. Big Red Bullion, welcome. Good to see you, sir.
Always.
Lucky Duck. Wanda is in attendance. Eddie Jams, get your microscope issue all squared away. We want to see some stuff from you. And whoever else we're missing, Spiked Head Die Crack. That's an interesting name. Your parents didn't like you very much, did they? No, I'm just kidding. Farm Dog, good to see you too. But anyways, I'm Sean. You guys know me affectionately as Blue Ridge Silverhound on the old tube. And I'm just like everybody else on panel. I love to collect coins. I would say I don't specialize in any one particular series or country or anything like that, but I do share in the affinity of coins and currency and the numismatics hobby in general. So I'd like to say I'm an all-purpose guy. There are going to be things that me personally I don't know 100%, and that's why we have this tremendous panel of folks. Is that coins and goals? Adam specializes in a few different type coins and varieties, that sort of thing, and we like to pull together information. We do have outside resources as well if none of us know to answer your question right away. So that's cool. We'll have a quick little discussion topic at the end. I think, we were off 2 weeks. Would love to hear any success stories as far as, some coins that maybe you have bought. Maybe you did a little bit of roll hunt activity. Did you find anything from there? So, we'll pull some comments in from our guests this evening along with the panel. And, we'll kind of share in with some victories, big and small. So I figure we should just go ahead and jump into the first set of coins. What do you think, Mr. Stanley?
Oh, yeah, we're ready for those, aren't we?
Are you ready, Jeff?
I'm rusty with showing the pictures, but I think we'll be okay here.
I get it. You weren't expecting the quick diving into the
Well, yeah, we have the discussions are. Oh no, I didn't put the letter with this one. Hold on, I'm gonna go to number 2, and then while we talk about number 2, we'll go back to number 1. Bueller. I'm not ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing minor technical difficulties, so we are not an expert level of production, and that's okay. That is okay. Like I said, we don't know everything. Maybe one day. After 10 years of live coin Q&A. Adam's like, great, I got to be here for 10 years.
We will get
I'm
ourselves.
the youngest one here, so.
Yeah. What? You're the youngest one here?
I think so.
I think he is.
Who?
Adam. And I would I would agree. All right. So who would like to
I'll take that one, Sean.
all right, go for it.
Kevin, hello, coin heads. I just wondered if a coin struck through grease is anything worth keeping out of circulation. Stay healthy, KD. Sorry, I forgot to add this to the "Is this worth anything?" coins. Take it away, KD.
All right. I tell you what, while Jeff is queuing up the photo for Kevin's submission, I am going to put in chat a link to Silver Seeker's YouTube link. And oh, there it is. Someone beat me to it. I think it was Paula. So Silver Seeker is doing a benefit auction for AG Price. He's one of the guys that's been around the hobby for quite some time. In recent days, Mr. Price has been going through some medical issues, and Silver Seeker is doing this benefit auction to help Mr. Price out. So if you guys have time, you wanted to check it out and show your support for AG Price, go ahead and check it out. And then you just have to come right back here, back home to Live Coin Q&A, so that you know. That way we could continue on as usual. But go ahead and check it out. If anything, you could throw in a little donation or what have you. Wanda, it's not a secret anymore. Sorry.
Nope.
Is that not presented?
Yeah, that's presented.
Okay.
Yeah, it's showing the outbursts of that quarter.
That is the only picture that was in the picture set. I was trying to figure that out when I was going through the emails.
So the question was, should strike-through grease coins be collected or kept? It is a great start for a collection until you start learning more and coming across bigger and better stuff. I mean, if you're just looking for coins to start a collection, these greasers are great for that. They can be found in circulation. They can be found in rolls. Great starter. You could even, after you get more and more and more of them and you start getting into varieties and errors more in depth, then you could always just go back, and these are good for, it's a typeset now. These are all my strike-through grease, and this is what got me started into collecting in some of my first coins. So yeah, greasers, great for keepsake. I love them. I keep all the real big ones, and it brings me back to my roots because it was something that I found in one of the first coins that I added to my own personal collection.
I think you're right, Eric, because one of the first finds I found in bankroll of Lincoln or pennies was a strike through, and it was a memorial cent, and the only part of the date showing was the first numeral, the number 1, and none of the rest of the date was gone. I called it This must be the very first penny. Is number one.
You can do it.
And
Does
the
this
really cool thing about this particular error, it is probably, I would say, on my top 5 list of the easiest errors to find today. There's no mistaking these coins. Struck through grease can appear in various stages of severity, to where you have actual devices disappear right before your very eyes, and they could go from minor to some of the most extreme examples. And I've seen it all. The cool thing is they are found pretty easily and in more better quantities than you lead it to believe. Kind of like how die chips are pretty easy to find, along with curved clips, the minor ones, and die clashes. So I always encourage a lot of folks that do hunt, like coin roll hunting and all that stuff, to really keep an eye out for coins like this, because they, at first glance, they are a little bit minor, but if you're new to the hobby, these are going to be the first types of coins that you will come across. And there you go.
And struck through grease coins can go hand in hand with drop letter coins, because the drop letters are usually caused by the grease and debris stuck in a die that eventually falls out and lands on a coin and creates a drop letter.
We had one a couple weeks ago, a very popular grease variety, I guess, was the Kansas Ingadwi Rust, which is where you've got some of the letters that are wiped out by the grease strike. And that we had the resulting dropped letter on one of those. If that was a Kansas City one, or excuse me, a Kansas one, correct?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that one was really cool because there were a lot of people. There's some of the more prominent ones that people keep up with and look for. That being one of them, and then to find the dropped letter where the letter had dropped out and been struck into another coin was really cool to see.
Other nice beginner type of collector coins can be rotated dies when comparing the obverse to reverse, and if they line up when you flip them north to south.
Yeah.
Die breaks too, like buys, spiked heads, all those.
Yep, my first attribution was a spike head.
I think it was about a year ago. I did a video on the most common errors to find in coins today. I ought to dig that up, and post it somewhere so that way you guys know what to look for. Because as a group, when we get these type of emails, we love it. It shows that our audience, they're willing to learn. They know exactly what they're finding. So our broadcasts and everything like that is all going toward a good, educational lesson in the hobby. So it's always nice to see these come up, and we will talk about them because the more we talk about them, the more that you know.
Now, does this quarter that we're looking at here, is it sent in to demonstrate a struck through grease, or just as something to look at while we're talking? Because all I see is kind of an aura or halo around the bust in the texture of the field.
Yeah, this is a very common strike through grease on these. They will appear to look like starbursts, or like you said, Carl, to have a halo effect, and you usually see them on the Washington quarters, the statehoods, and the American Eagles.
Are you too busy to zoom in a little bit on that one, Jeff?
No, not at all.
Well, get back to work then.
Give me a moment here. Just flip over there.
And this one has the T of trust missing too. This one could possibly be of Kansas, but we didn't get a reverse image if I'm not mistaken.
No, we did not.
I usually throw back the ones that look like that. That's just a personal thing. I keep the ones where the T is nearly invisible. If I can see it with the naked eye, then I don't keep those.
Yeah, this is a very early struck through grease because it's just on the field. It's really not affecting the letters and the portrait too much.
Usually like to see a little bit more gunk.
I like it because it's you always see the ones where it's missing the T, it's missing the G, or the L is gone, or America is gone, but we don't really keep the ones that are just minor like this, and I think that's just the beginning of the struck through grease for if you're going to try to maybe put some type of timeline together of this is what it looked like at early stage, and then next stage could have been this, and the last stage is the missing T or the missing G. So it's interesting. I like it. You don't see a lot of these early struck through grease out there, especially within the community and our emails. And I think it's a great subject, great coin.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think this is going to be quarter night.
Hey, I like quarters.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Thinking of quarters, I had a major brain fart today. For some reason, I thought W quarters were in 2021 quarter boxes, and I lost my mind.
It's been hard to break out of that mode of thinking that, okay, when's the next W quarter coming out? It's been really hard for me in particular. But yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think I've gone that far down the rabbit hole, but I've had myself convinced I need to go get a box of quarters because the new quarters are coming out. Oh wait, that's done for.
Really?
I'm still going to search quarters, but there's other stuff I want to look for.
Well, you want to know what the most interesting part about the whole conclusion of the West Point coins is that it was never announced that they were going to stop it after 2020, which is just it's pretty crazy to be honest with you, because I think we were all used to seeing it. And if anything, I thought that they were going to release a West Point circulation coin for the Tuskegee Airmen, which is the last national quarter of 2021. So
right,
I was a little bit more than surprised that
there was a lot of unusual stuff that went on with that series. They didn't start the business strike San Francisco's until was it 2012 was when they came out with the first set of those. There's a lot of inconsistency, stuff they decided to do. It was a pretty long series though to be out.
Yeah.
So there was liable to be a lot of changes and tweaking to the issues to the coins for each year. The Mint is like any other business. They're trying to find out how they can generate revenue and get more people buying coins. Well, they were coming up with different schemes and different ideas to entice collectors and maybe possibly soon to be collectors to spark some interest in them. They certainly hit pay dirt with the W's though.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for people that had access to that.
Yeah, the coin shortage kind of cramped my style on getting boxes of new quarters to search for W's. And the year before, I was finding rolls of them. And in 2020, I could not get any boxes to save my life.
Yeah. I couldn't find any either last year.
Yeah, this is probably my second box. The one I've got sitting on my desk right now that I've gotten this year. That's been my extent. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one here.
Ooh. Next victim coming up.
All right. Actually, this was the first one. I just had the, I did not have that up.
All right. We got hey everyone. So this is the most expensive purchase I made thus far on a coin. I took the chance because 1, love varieties and errors, and 2, it will be an investment piece or could possibly make a profit on it. Here is what I would like your opinion on, please. Help confirm variety. Thoughts on this coin, nice enough and potential valuable enough to grade. Pictures were sent. And based on the pictures, what kind of value would you put on this one? As I would like to determine if I pay too much. I'm hoping I'm making a good buy. Thank you for all your help, Shannon.
Shannon sure knows how to build a suspense, don't he? What kind of coin is it?
Hey, it's a quarter.
It's a silver quarter.
Oh, 85 cents.
I'm going to jump around it just for a little bit.
Okay, let me see.
Before I see if maybe we get some guesses as to what it may be.
Well, the date is very telling. I will reserve my guess.
1950.
50p or 50d?
50D.
50. Ooh,
Ooh,
something right
I don't know what it is.
I see something right there.
Yeah, looked like I saw
Ooh, my
something.
goodness, that is a nice variety. Wow. D over S. I was cherry picking some of these today. I couldn't find one.
That's right. You've been on Washington quarters here lately.
Yeah, that's really nice.
You know, overall decent
Condition's great too. I mean, it's. What do you think? Do you think AU on this?
AU 55 to 58 would be.
Yeah.
Which is still valuable.
If it came back in mid-state 61, that would not be crazy either. So
yeah,
it's got just enough luster, but has the appearance of a little bit of wear that it'll trick you every single time.
Yeah,
you could see where some of the luster's broken right here on some of the feathers on the wing.
Yeah,
you've got the dull, and then you've got the luster in the protected areas.
AU this coin ranges anywhere from $200 to about $250 in value. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a decently struck example, I think.
Yeah. Did you say where you found it?
No, he did not. Gosh, look at that again.
Awesome variety. Let's go.
So you see the D.
Yeah.
And then right behind it, you see that S. You see the top curve of the S coming back in.
You can kind of see it in the middle a little bit too on the earlier.
Yeah. Does it look like it has a little bit of machine doubling on the D, or is
that? It sure does. Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, is that a D over S?
That's something that if you were picking through these really quick in a dealer bin or whatever, you might take that first look at that little piece on the right there and say, machine doubling.
He says he found it as a local coin shop. So
oh, heck yeah.
Did he pay? It says he paid less than $200 for it. So was it actually attributed as the variety or no, Shannon?
I posted a link to PCGS price guide for this FS601. Is that where?
I think it would be worth grading. Yes. He asked if he should grade it.
Yeah.
I said, I think this. Yeah, I would grade it. It's worth it.
It's above my threshold, which is the,
look in chat there, Shannon. Kaneka is looking for a specimen.
They are. That is true. The one they have on there is really worn example.
Huh.
Yeah, but this is Adam. This is the most prominent over mint mark for the series, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
There's a S over D also for the same year.
Yeah.
So.
And they're both equally impressive.
Yeah, I think the D over S is actually a little bit less common.
You paid $150 for it. That's not bad. That's
okay.
solid.
Okay.
Yep.
That's right in the ballpark.
The good news is I don't see like hairlines to indicate that this was cleaned at all. I just see a smidge of circulation wear.
Yeah, I don't think it's uncirculated. You could definitely see a little bit of wear on the high points.
Yeah.
AU50 has got a price tag at PCGS for $155. AU58 at $255. Or
So
AU50 is $185.
I think it'll range a little higher than 50. I think it'll be higher up, like a mid.
Yeah, I was thinking 55 to 58.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. But that is a you could do a lot worse. Let's put it that way, Shannon. I think this is a superb example of this variety. It sounds like you're probably going to end up keeping this. So if you did send it off to get it encapsulated, it would be fine.
Yeah, a Mint State 66, that's a $5,000 coin. So,
yes,
it's crazy.
I like it. That's going to be my go-to answer tonight. I like it.
Sounds good to me, Eric.
What's that?
Hey, it took me 10 minutes to lift my jaw off my table when I saw the mint mark. So I was at a loss for words. I was like, oh.
I'm glad I was able to build a little suspense.
Well, it's so refreshing to see this variety not as a VF or a fine or a VG where it's all gunked up with crap in there. It's nice to see a clear separation of that top loop of the S built into the D like that. It's just nice. It's good. I like it.
All right. Ready for more?
We want more.
Hey, Shannon, it's not like you bought, like a consumer item, a consumer good, and you took it out of the store and it lost half its value. You're in good shape with this coin.
Yeah.
And it's only going to go up in value, so I think.
And I hope you're not in the doghouse like I am for my recent purchase. We were talking about that before the show.
Yeah.
All right, I'll read this one from Michael. Hello, I've got a very nice 39 Jefferson with 40 reverse. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I would like to see this. Debating having it graded by PCGS, but wanted your opinion first. Images attached. Looking forward to your feedback. First of all, good looking coin.
Nice condition.
Yeah.
Pretty luster on it.
Is 39 plain? Yep.
39 plain.
And I can already tell that's a reverse of a 40.
Right.
Yeah, I need that one for my collection. You know my address.
So what you're looking for the reverse of 40s, you're looking for the straight steps where they go nice and straight right across, almost like a ruler. That's straight. And then they should almost be in like a little box to where you can see this little line here on either side of the steps that defines them. That's nice and straight up and down as well. That tells you that is a reverse of 40. That 38 is a little bit wavier. The steps tend to be a little bit less defined even when they're well struck. One thing I will say, it's not going to be a full step coin, not even a 5 full step coin.
No.
So that little piece underneath pillar number 3, just where you've got enough wear going up into the steps where that's going to interrupt it. So it's not going to be a full step coin, but it's got decent luster on it. This would be something that I don't know about grading it. That's just my personal opinion. I may this one would be like a high-end book specimen for me, in like a Dansko. It should not go in like a coin folder or something. It's too nice for that.
Yeah, this one might have a hard time getting to 65, and it doesn't have full steps. To give you an idea, now this is a 39 Philly, a 39D.
D or S. S is really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 39D sold on great collections over the weekend, and that has the reverse of 38, which is a little bit tougher, I believe. That's more of a key day because it's a 39D. That one graded out PCGS Mid-State 67 plus with full steps for $2,100. So this is a Philly with a reverse of 40, Mid-State 65 non-full stepper. Probably not worth investing money in grading.
The 39S with the reverse of 40, that's in a Mid-State 65 is a $90 coin. So the S mint and the D mint are definitely more valuable in the reverse of 1940.
Right. In the plain, it's almost opposite.
Yeah.
It's the other way around. In the plain, you want the reverse of 38, which is a little bit more desirable. But you do have to go out and, like I always go out and look at, PCGS at the censuses and the pricing or whatever on the different grades. And you have to be really careful on the grade for that, because the grade populations and the prices for the coins in those grades to really determine if it's worth that. I got a little speaking of great collections, I got a little bit confused over the weekend. Wasn't paying attention. I didn't pay too much. I did not get hurt. I got a very nice coin for the money, but I did not get the one that I wanted. I got a 39S with the reverse of 38, but I didn't pay a lot.
What grade was it?
65.
See, I've got a 66 39S reverse of 40, so it's that's a really nice coin.
I only paid after shipping and everything $30, and
I found that in a roll.
Oh, you did okay. You did okay on that, Jeff.
Yeah, I did fine on that. I'm not sad about it at all. I wasn't. I was less excited than if I had found the other one, but that was me not paying attention. Happens to
There's no double Monticello on this one either, Monticello.
Yeah, and you want on your plane. If you find the coin in this condition with a doubled Monticello, you're talking about a lot of money. And that should be sent in for grading. If for nothing else, just for preservation.
That would be a heck of a cherry pick.
Yeah, that's nice though. I love it. Actually, I need one this nice for my book. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like it. It's going to be my catchphrase right now. I'll have a different one next week. Stay tuned.
This next one's really cool. I'll read this one. Or do we want to let... I'll read it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. Hello, Blue Ridge. I am sending you this email. Hopefully be able to get this new listing for Wexler's files on RPM barber dimes shown on one of your upcoming videos. I am new to sending stuff in to be attributed, and this is a big find for me, and I'm sure others would appreciate knowing about it so they can find one of their own for their own collection. Thank you for your hard work you do, and keep up the great job. Sincerely, Philip.
Thanks, Joel. I appreciate it, man. It's a labor of love, as we all know.
All right. Well, that's the coin. I'm going to go to the letter. So he sent this in to John Wexler, and it actually wound up in the hands of, I guess this is the John's guy for dimes now.
Dan Griffin is the guy for RPMs in general.
RPMs in general.
That's
Okay. And so we see where he is. This is what a letter comes back when it comes back attributed. When you send a coin in and they accept it and they're going to put it in the files. This is what that letter looks like. So this is a 1899S dime Wexler RPM 001. So they don't have any RPMs and barbers yet. So they must be just starting to do barbers on Wexler's site. So so here's our coin. Looks to be about a good. Yeah, I was gonna try to stretch VG, but I can't see any of the letters up there in the crown.
It looks like your prototypical bulk silver dime.
Yep, and look at that.
Too.
Until you get up close and you see that thing.
Nice pictures too. I didn't think we were going to see anything zooming in on the picture of the whole coin. I wish I might do that.
That's beautiful.
Nice RPM.
It's a good one. That's a good pick.
Gosh, barber dimes are probably one of the most undersearched, underappreciated coins out there today. And I was talking to someone probably about a month ago about how I thought, the Barber series, along with Adam, you had said like the Liberty B nickels is another good one. It's just not enough people look at them, and I have a feeling there is a lot of undiscovered varieties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
$18.99.
$18.99. And this is, there's been a couple old attribution, old coins that have come up for attribution here recently. I know there's been a V nickel, an 1903, where somebody discovered a new RPM. There's this dime. There's been a couple others. I can't remember what the other ones were. I found an Indian head in 1905 that Rick Snow attributed. So
Variety Vista has no barber dime listings for anything. No variety for those at all.
No, for
certain years they don't. I don't think certain years they do, like certain series.
Yeah.
Does he actually list any barber dimes at all?
No varieties for them whatsoever.
Yeah.
With Mercury dime.
There's nothing in the Flynn book on that date and RPM. Only
did you look? I pulled mine. I was going to see if I could find it.
Yeah. There's the only RPM for $18.99 in the Flynn book is the 1899
Right. So we're kind of left with, with nobody having them on their sites, we're kind of left with the Kevin Flynn books, which are good. I like having a book to look at, but this is the Kevin Flynn authoritative reference on barber dimes. And I've picked a few out myself, just RPMs, none of the cool double die obverses or any of the others, but I've picked some stuff out of there. But congratulations, that's an excellent find.
Yeah, we have been on a roll. There, like who said it? Was it you, Jeff? That we've been getting some pretty incredible stuff every week for like the last 4 weeks. So here you go. This is your new discovery of the week.
That letter said if you get it graded, make sure you send that letter in or a copy of it. And they're saying that so when they grade it, it's graded as a new discovery, and you'll need a copy of that letter to get that new discovery designation on it.
Right. A copy of that letter, because there's a good chance you might not get the original.
Get that letter back.
Make a copy and hold on to the original.
Right. I just sent in a load of stuff to Annex, and I sent copies of my Brian Rybar letters for Nichols and my Rick Snow letter. I sent a copy in. And so those are all coming back new discovery, except for the nickel where I accidentally sent the wrong nickel because I found 5 of them and I couldn't remember which one was actually the discovery piece.
Whoops.
So I looked a little silly sending in the wrong one. It's coming back attributed correctly, but it's, it's modern. I waste a little money on that one.
All right, so Brian had said this in chat, and it's a very valid question. I'm glad that you pulled this out there, Brian. Yes, in a short, kind of like quick answer to you, and the big reason why was that the mid marks were placed onto the working dies differently than they are today. Today, the mid mark is part of the actual design of the coin. Whereas back in the heyday of things, the mid marks would be punched independently into each working die. So that's why you have like different mid mark positions on these coins. You'll have repunch mid marks similar to this. Is that they use a long, thin shaft with a letter at the end, and then sometimes the mint employee will kind of tap it twice, and the end of the punch will skip a little bit, and then they'll tap it again. And that's where you get the RPMs. Hopefully that clarifies things for you.
Yeah, I think he's thinking that this is, if you put this on a Facebook group, somebody would say, "Oh, that's MD," and that was my first thought: is wow, that's not that's not MD, that's a real RPM. I'll leave it to the expert to determine that, but you got to look at the basics of MD, where it is shelf-like and it takes away from the size or thickness of the device. And I think there's actually a little bit of a split serif there at the bottom.
Right there.
Yeah. Over to the right, just a little. That little darker area.
That little piece right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you compare this S to a normal S that's not repunched, it'll be the same size. If it was MD, it would have the doubling in parentheses, in quotes there, would take away from the size of the that arch there on the S or the curve. In this case, it adds to it. It adds thickness to it.
So I hope this answers Brian's question a little more.
Yeah. And I know it's confusing. Sometimes it still confuses me, and I have to look at things at different angles. I have to do comparisons and overlays before I finally convince myself. I've probably talked myself out of more RPMs than I've found. It's just one of those things.
And furthermore, if this was machine doubling, you would also see that on the ribbon and any other devices around the mid mark. In this particular instance, there is no machine doubling on the ribbon or the wreath.
Right. It's sometimes the way to tell machine doubling is when you see doubling all over the coin. That's including the mint mark. For instance, on issues where you've got the mint mark below the date, if you see that doubling on the mint mark and you see the doubling on the date, you start thinking machine doubling at that point. Okay.
Well, before we go to the next coin, I just got one thing to say about it.
I like
I
it.
like it.
I want to say, I just want to keep saying congratulations because I know how it feels to get a new discovery like that. Yeah, it's satisfaction. It's hard work that's paid off. Seeing the fruit of your labor, it's really cool.
That
And,
would actually be,
sorry to talk.
No,
over
you're
it.
okay.
Yeah, if you look in the attribution page on Wexler's site, your name is attached to it forever, for as long as that site's up. And what's really cool is the coin, even if it's a low condition, it's what we call in varieties a plate coin. So it's going to be the face of this RPM, until they request something that's much nicer in condition. So pretty cool.
whoever fell, are you okay?
Yeah, it's me.
I'll get it. I'll give you a hand. You grab that hand, I'll grab the other.
Did someone fall off their bar stool again?
No, I had a fork that was teetering off of a cup I was drinking out of. I was playing while I was talking. I tend to, and it was teetering, and the fork fell.
And that's okay. I play with my Hot Wheels on this show, so.
And the secret's out now, right?
Secret's out now. Vroom, vroom. This would actually make, for people that are actually looking for like wall art, with that letter and this coin graded with the new discovery label, that would make a nice shadow box for you to hang on your wall in your office or wherever, because you'll have the letter, the coin graded, new discovery. That'd make a nice look on a nice shadow box display for it.
At Hobby Lobby, I walked by these big letters like a foot high, and they're gold colored, and I thought it'd be kind of neat to buy a PD and an S just to make a display on the wall someplace in the coin room. And that's all I got to say about that.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the coin to come back.
Oh, well, there we go. I need to get one of those that say participation on it.
Participation.
Honorable mention.
Yep. All right.
I was there.
Let's see what else.
Mention.
Let's see what other trouble we got here.
The RPM group is asking if I'm able to send pics of our Error Hot Wheels yet. Yeah. I got a collection of Error Hot Wheels still in the package.
Hey, Eric, I know what a missing tampo is. I actually did that the other day. And I thought it was kind of funny because if you said it long enough and quick enough, someone will think it's something else.
Yep. Yep. I'm loving my Hot Wheels. Someone say something.
I was queuing up the next picture.
It got quiet.
All I can think of is a pet peeve. You want my pet peeve? It doesn't matter if you send pictures in with the same shot, but in different color tones. That doesn't help at all. If some coins come in with a blue tint to them, some have regular light, some have green, and changing that doesn't do anything to help us at all. So FYI on that one.
All right, we got one from John. Hello to the live Q&A community. My name is John, and I came across some 1955s wheat rolls, and upon looking through them for errors and varieties, I found a few with the letter E on the reverse of the coin showing through the obverse of the coin right under Lincoln's chin. Okay. I also seen this on the 1917 wheat penny that I have as well. I don't know if this is a common error or not, but hopefully you guys can help me out after reviewing the photos I sent. Also, about 40% of the 1955s have a BIE variety, and a lot have a lot of dye chips and cracks. Let me know what you think.
Ooh.
Yep.
Seems he knows what he's talking about. He's not the new guy on the block. Right there under the chin, that's going to be the part of the N from 1 cent. And then down perpendicular to the 1 is the E in 1. That would be the bottom of the E.
Dye clash.
Yeah. Pretty deep one.
Yeah, that's pretty defined.
I looked this up on Mad Die Clashes. They didn't have a 1955S die clash like this, but it's
Really?
very similar to a 1956 die clash. And there's overlays on the 56.
As deep as that is, we should see remnants of maybe other stuff.
I asked for more photographs from around different areas of the coin, front and back, but he didn't get back to me in time for tonight's live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been nice to take a tour around the coin front and back to look for more evidence. And I gave him a link to Mad Die Clashes and told him that he was going to be in the show tonight and to look at other areas of the coin for clash.
Oh, good.
And then he said there was BIE and numerous
I
dye
don't think
chips.
on this one, I don't see it must have been in the same roll. There was some.
Yeah.
In other coins, he was talking in general of a lot of his finds.
Yeah.
And I asked for front and back pictures without the glare on it for a better chance of seeing more.
Now, underneath United States of America, is that a little bit of remnants of indirect dye transfer? Kind of looks like just a little bit of indirect dye transfer.
There's certainly some weakness where the letters A, M, and E did not fully strike up. Probably could have been scrubbed out because of the clash, or did not strike up because of the the clashing of the dyes took away from the sharpness of the image. But yeah, I see what you mean, Eric.
If John sends in more pictures, we'll help him offline and through emails and
Yeah,
because I'd like to see more of this for sure.
I would certainly like to see the reverse, just to see a closer, some high definition photos of that reverse to see if we can get clashes. Can be tough. Clashes, when you take pictures of clashes, I would try a number of photo and light angles to see if you can possibly catch just a little bit more of it. I always go back to the story of probably the first die clash I ever found on a Lincoln Cent. I didn't even know I was posting it because of something else. I think it was a floating roof or whatever on a memorial cent. And somebody where I posted on the Facebook page noted that it also had a die clash. And I went back and looked, and sure enough, my iPhone, the way the flash worked or whatever, actually was at the right angle to see that die clash.
And sometimes less light is better for die clashes too.
Yeah. Jeff, can you go back to the reverse real quick?
Sure can.
On the word states in America, the last letter S and A, On the rim going into the wheat stock is a very common place to find die cracks on those. So always look down in that area for die cracks. On that rim, on the right-hand side, that 3 or 4 o'clock position, if you know how to tell time without having a digital watch. And that's a good place to find die cracks on these 55Ss and the 55Ds.
Yeah. I did want to go back to kind of explain the BIE in case we do have some brand new folks that didn't know what we're talking about. The BIE variety is just a simple interior die break that occurs in between the letters B and E. It's very commonplace for the dies to develop a break. And it's almost they can range from, a little short one to, the full length of the letters there. And there are people that collect those. It's a minor variety. It's not worth a lot, but they're still cool to find. And certainly if you can find progressions of, different sizes and different shapes of them, they're neat to find. But yeah, it looks like a piece of, I don't know, like a little piece of sausage from a Grand Slam breakfast in between the two,
55S has a lot of sausage buys, actually.
Yeah, and it's I like to refer to that because I'm a fat boy and I like my Grand Slam breakfast.
You like your sausage?
Oh no.
Yeah, well, when you leave a door open that big, I'm going to walk through it.
Yeah, just right in there. Aren't you nice?
54S is really common too for really big.
Yeah, the 50s in particular.
Yeah, 50s in general.
I don't know what they were doing in the 50s to the dies, but yeah, you see a ton of them. 50s, I've seen them on 57s.
And buys could be on any part of Liberty.
Yeah.
They just buy is the most common, so therefore people call it buy error, even though it could happen on any of the letters.
Well, one of our mods in the chat, can you see if you could find that BIE listing? I can't seem to come across it right now, and post that link. There's actually a web page that talks about them for the LII, the III, the IIB, BIE, EIR.
Eric, if you're not spelling, I'm going to say that I've posted a link to the Mad Die Clashes articles on BIE Sense.
All right. Thank you, kind sir.
Eric would like to buy a vowel.
Yeah.
And he's got lots of money.
Yeah. I collect wheat cents. I got lots of money.
Guns on Coins link is in the chat.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I like it.
Mikey likes it.
Okay, I'm done now.
He likes everything.
He doesn't like Wheaties, though.
I'm going to go ahead and show. I'm going to go ahead and show mine now because I don't want mine to end up to be the end of the show. Do I have to read?
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I'll read yours since you read mine. That's only fair, right, Jeff?
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
it's the only right thing to do.
All right, so this is from Jeff S. Hello, Coin Q&A panel. What's up? How are you doing? I am doing fine, other than the fact that it is rainy today. Is it still raining? No.
No, it's better now.
Yeah, good. Well, here is a 2020p DDR unlisted that I found in a box of 2020p nickels. I have been through 6 rolls and I have found about 30 of them. Wow, That's not bad. This one is a little nicer than the typical raised metal under the door frame that we see on modern Jefferson nickels with Class 9 doubling. Thank you.
All right, so here's the reverse, and I wanted to show these because I see a lot of people post on Facebook. They'll go to the bank, expecting to get a circulated box of whatever, and sometimes they don't even go through them. They just take them right back, or they sell off the rolls or whatever. But I wanted to show this to show that it is worth going through these uncirculated whole date boxes. You can find some cool stuff. So it's just a obverse and reverse. And let's get to, this is the doubling I'm talking about right here. This is the, if you can follow the cursor there, this is the top of the door frame, and this is where it was, that top of the door frame is doubled and actually goes through the vertical piece right there and touches pillar number 2. And then you can see the bottom of the triangle up here kind of doing the same thing. So it's I thought that's a really neat variety. It's going to be new. I'm going to send it into Brian Rybar unless somebody beats me to it and they've found another one, which that'd be okay. One thing I do like to do when I find these is I like to find a die marker. And this is something a lot of roll hunters do when they find new stuff like this, is trying to find that common die markers so they can keep going back, and when they find them and confirm that they are finding the same variety. So I did find a little die marker. I found a little die chip right here inside of the D. And it's hard to see, but that die chip actually has a gouge. It's kind of has like a sickle shape coming out of the top of it. So anytime I go to the, if I'm looking at the obverse and I see that sickle shape die gouge in that die chip, I know what I have on the reverse. I just thought that was a neat thing to show everybody and kind of inspire some people to not take those uncirculated boxes of coin back, but to go through them, see if you can find something new.
Or sell them.
Or sell them. All right. That's enough of that. Let's go on to your coins. That's why we're here, right?
Not so much as a show and tell, but a new variety that's been discovered in a new coin that's not been attributed yet. So kind of get the information out there that, yeah, this stuff is out there. You got to look for it. But some people are like, man, you couldn't get me to go through a whole box. Yeah, I get it, man. You start looking at the same coin over and over again, your eyes will start bugging out.
Oh, it's slow going. I've only been able to tolerate going through 10 rolls because it gets boring in a hurry. It really does.
Good information, Jeff. Thank you for sharing.
No problem. And Blue's bought some of those rolls before I even found anything, so he's got some coming. So he's going to be able to find some too.
Yeah. I bought them because they're P mint marks, and I can't get P mint marks up where I live.
Yeah. From James, hello again. I hope everyone is doing well. I found this coin, and it looks like a struck through, but at the same time, I was wondering if this could have been a piece of the die. Thank you for taking a look.
What is that?
That's a pretty gnarly strike through, if that's what it is.
Wow.
He looks like he's been hit.
Is that the airbag from an old Model A?
You can still see the tip of his nose. I think it's New Jersey.
It's like a shoe on his face or something.
Isn't that New Jersey? Is that a counter stamp?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the employee's tooth falling out.
Mary Todd had enough of his crap and threw a shoe at him.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, look at that.
Thank
That's
you for that
massive.
shot.
Oh, I thought it was raised, but it's not.
Nope.
No. Incused.
Yes, it's very nice.
That is a
Wicked.
hunk of something that was hard.
Piece of wood, maybe like a wood shaving or something.
Toenail.
Oh,
Oh. now you found a way to make it gross, Carl.
That's what I'm
Carl,
here for.
you're fired.
I've got the oldest toenails in this group today.
I don't know what to say about that.
No, it was rhetorical for sure.
Yeah.
That just couldn't be a buildup of grease, could it?
Nah, that looks
No.
Pretty
that's got,
sharp edges.
Yeah.
It's way too formed with a defined edge to be just grease. That has to be, like Adam had said, a piece of wood, a
Something.
thick piece of
Scrap or something.
metal or something. Yeah.
it was something rigid enough it was able to stand up to the coin press, pressing it into the into the surface.
James was wondering if it could have been part of a broken die from elsewhere. You don't know
It's possible.
unless it was still stuck in there. And it could have been. They could have left a mint with it still stuck in there and it's fallen out over the last 35 years.
Not discounting the fact that something could have been on the planchet or on the die. Could that just taken a hit from something and made an indentation, or would that show through the reverse?
So like there should be some metal displaced elsewhere. It was such
Yeah,
a
if it took a hit, wouldn't it show a little bit
Yes.
on the reverse
Yeah.
or metal
That
displacement?
would show through to the reverse. Yeah.
Right, that's an excellent diagnostic for that.
Okay, so we could rule out that it's PMD.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely not PMD.
Okay.
yeah. I'm usually not confident with error stuff. I tend to rely on some of my other panel members, but struck throughs, that's one I feel confident with.
Because in that first picture, you could still see the tip of his nose in the very first one, where it looked raised.
Yeah, there'd be no telling what was on the planchet or on the die, stuck to the die when it happened, but
You're talking about right there.
Yeah,
that is
see the tip of his nose right there.
that is nice. I like it.
Which that would make sense, Carl, because if there was something that it was struck through, there would be a different resistance at the point that the nose would be there. Then,
And there's some gouges off to the east of it there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I still say it's Jersey.
It could be a tooth. Look like there's little shanks on the bottom where the roots are supposed to be, and
Could be like a feeder finger too. Broken.
that's a good point. Anything that's in the that's in and out of that striking
piece.
chamber.
a broken piece off the feeder finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell at this point. Whatever it was is kind of, I don't know. I guess that's kind of moot because it's it's definitely struck through something. It's just hard to tell at this point.
I'm starting to wonder if that's the tip of his nose we're seeing at all, because it would just be cut off, like the die wouldn't reach that far down to make an impression of the tip of the nose. Unless that's I don't know.
Yeah. Again, the multiple angles and the lighting on this picture really just sells this submission. I love it.
Yeah.
that made it really easy.
Thanks, Jeff or James, for sending that in.
The
So
the marks going across the face, is that part of the struck through, or is that more in line of being damage?
Guide me on that.
It appears to be just scrapes from circulation
Yeah.
on the cheek. I think the close-up that Jeff had up with the lighting hitting it just right showed that. There you go, right there.
what about tool damage? Is somebody just taking some sort of chisel type of thing to the coin?
No, that would go through on the reverse.
Well, you can carve like a hobo nickel. You carve a little bit out. Somebody just bored and having fun.
Well, you would see the buildup of material on the edge of the deformity pretty easily on something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you can see that edge where the field goes into the anomaly is smooth. That doesn't have the, like if it was tooled, it'll have that little bit that raises up, like the burrs or whatever.
And there's no polishing to remove the burrs. There's no sign of that.
No. I mean, look. Yeah.
No, there's no evidence of that. Yeah.
I mean, it even looks like there's luster on the inside of that thing still too, because the coin still has luster.
Yeah, you could tell this is a little bit more of a advanced error because the coin is quite circulated. It's passed through many hands before it was ultimately found and saved. So, yeah.
I like the idea that there's actually something to find on a 1975 penny.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
That's 1 year I looked at and I just kind of throw it into the copper box.
Look for the high grades. That's about it.
Yeah.
And how about that 1975 quarter? Ooh. Man.
You got one of them too?
Anything in 1975.
I'm still looking for the S proof.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right. We ready for the next one?
Please, can we have the next one?
And right now, this is the last picture I have. We've been kind of racing through them tonight.
Oh. Picture master, can we have the next
we're
one,
making
please?
pretty good time. We're coming up on the hour here, so
That's right.
we'll have just enough time to squeak in a little topic thing at the end.
Yeah, I pulled this one at the last minute because I thought it was kind of timely because of the commentary we had earlier.
All right, Eric, go for it.
Oh, hello everyone. I opened a new roll of these quarters and saw this V75 on one of them. Could you help me figure out what it is? Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy.
Audrey.
I always forget shit. Oh, my stuff.
Damn it, Eric, we can't monetize the channel now. I'm just kidding.
And I know these pictures of the scope pictures are not the best, but we do see what she's talking about. The V75 hallmark for a 2020 West Point quarter.
That's the
hallmark, excuse me, the
Privy.
The preview mark.
Preview.
That word.
So we
Oh, it's even a W. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. That's a good find. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I have yet to come across one. That's a keeper.
Any of the W's or just
any of the W? I got
Really?
I got like 3 W that were sent to me because I complained I didn't have any, and people sent some to me.
I've had a tough time with them too. Honestly, I've had a terrible time with them. I was not able to.
I still need to find the bat Samoa quarter for a W. Otherwise, I've got the rest of the 4 that I found in hunting rolls.
Cool.
Just one more left for the collection.
Yeah, those things are not. They're not easily found in Oklahoma. For some reason, they didn't make it up here.
I can't find anywhere I'm at in Georgia, but the discovery for one of the discovery pieces for the Guam was found less than 3 miles away from me. Yet none of them showed up in circulation around me. I'd go figure.
Yeah, Shannon says I can't find any because Shay has them all.
So to answer Audrey's question, she evidently does not know about West Point minted quarters, nor the anniversary of the victory in World War II, the 75th year anniversary. So, Sean, would you like to explain to Audrey about the mintage of W quarters for 2020?
I would be more than happy to, because I felt like a broken record when I talked about these 2 years ago when they first came out. So we have it's really not accurate to say that we have a new mint director that's in charge of things. His name's David Ryder. So when he took office, I think like middle of 2018, he had put in place a few things that he would like to see. One of them was a circulation rarity coin that they would seed out into the public. And that's exactly what he did. Starting in 2019, they implemented the West Point circulation coins, which are minted at 2 million pieces per ATB design, which is America the Beautiful or National Park design. So it started out with the Lowell National Park with the big old giant loom and the lady on the reverse, and it got off like gangbusters because I can remember it like it was yesterday. And 2 million coins was the cap of the mintage of each one of them. So for 2019, if you took all 5 designs and added it together, there were only 10 million coins. Now, you probably say, well, it seems like a lot, but compared to the actual individual mintages of each national park respective to their mint, like, for example, the 2019 Lowell National Park Philly minted coin, I believe, had many hundreds of millions produced of just that one mint mark, compared to the 2 million that they made of just West Point. Seems really, really small. So in 2020, they continued on with the tradition, only this time it's the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. So they did the whole V for victory. They added the 75 on there to commemorate 75 years of that event in 1945. And they added it as a small little hallmark on the coin called a privy. So like in 2019, they did 2 million coins per national park quarter, which totaled only 10 million pieces. And each one of the coins had a V75, but that's only on the 2020. So here we are, 2021. They have since completed the program as of the final coin for 2020. But that's where we got this whole program from, and people love it. A lot of people were hunting the banks and trying to find as many as they could get. I think with the coin shortage, people were having a hard time trying to find these coins. Even I did. I actually had to buy rolls online with actual V75 vendors, and I paid the piper for them. But to this day, it's all worth it, because we're beginning to see some of the prices go up pretty good on a few of these quarters. And I've always said that these are going to be very collectible. I think you're going to see the true value of them in about 5-10 years, if and only if the U.S. Mint doesn't decide to go crazy and do more of these weird, funky circulation rarity programs. But hopefully that wasn't too wordy enough that I got the point across, Audrey. Fantastic find. These typically sell for about 10, 15 bucks. There are a few that sell upwards of about 30, 40 bucks. Was it the American Memorial one with the flags is the most desirable the 10 designs made between 2019 and 2020. But there you go. That's my explanation.
Thank you, Sean. I knew you could do it.
No, it's perfect.
Not quite the Cliff Notes version, but there's a little bit of kind of like build up and history that goes into it, and I think it was a cool program. Me as a coin purist, I'm kind of done. I'm glad it's over because a lot of people were kind of cannibalizing the program, and it became less special to me seeing other people fight over the fact that one person found a box and then someone else on the other side of the country isn't getting any. So,
Yeah, it was one of those programs. I think they ended it right and didn't overdo it by keep producing them year after year after year. So what, 18, 19, and 20, what, 3 years?
Just 19 and 20. So
just 19 and 20.
Yeah. 10 of the was it 55 national park designs received the West Point treatment.
Yeah.
Now, some of you will probably end up, and I know of a few people that have already found the S-Mint business strike coins of this type. Those were sold directly from the U.S. Mint. They were never sent out into circulation, but if you wanted to buy, say, a bag of 100 or a roll, they did have them at the U.S. Mint. But those are not nearly as special because the West Point Mint was never known to produce circulation type coins. They were all about commemoratives and gold and silver eagles and things like that. So this was kind of a big deal. And that's why even to this day, even though these are like, a few months removed from the last actual coin produced with AW Mint mark, they're still commanding pretty decent money on the secondary market.
And you can buy S-Mint business strikes from the Mint, but you can't buy W quarters from the Mint.
That is
Right.
correct. These can only be found in circulation.
Yep, nice find. That is wonderful.
I would say definitely keep this one. If you don't need the 15, 20 bucks, this is something that I would keep. As a matter of fact, I'm a proponent of actually buying more of these. If you could get them by the roll, you get the benefit of a bulk discount normally, so instead of, paying $10, $15 a coin, maybe that rate will go down to $7.50 a coin if you bought a roll of 40. I should have bought more back last year. 2019s were offered at a very deep discount. I've even seen some rolls where the average price per coin was like $4 a piece. And I'm kicking myself now because those same coins are selling for 20, 25 bucks.
Yeah, I thought they're going to, okay, they'll wind up.
You're breaking up, Jeff.
Did he disappear on us?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
How's the audio now?
Yeah.
It's crystal clear. You're back.
Excellent. No, I honestly thought that the prices on these was going to drop down to $3, $4, $5 a piece. They've been pretty, they've been pretty steady, in the, as found in circulated, in lightly circulated, maybe MS60, 61, AU, $10 or whatever. Pleasantly surprised to see them, retain some of their value, and it's cool. My goal right now is to find the higher grade pieces at reasonable prices. maybe catch some people sleeping on auctions or whatever, and obtain those, because I think that's where the value is going to be at. It's going to be your MS66, MS67, 68 grades. 68 grades are ridiculous for these. To find a coin that has been through rolling machines, has been, you know, counted at banks or whatever, and find it in 68 is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's tough.
and they will command a higher price because they're meant for circulation.
They're in the $500-600 range on some of them. I've seen a couple go into the 4 figures.
Wow. Well, if you take into consideration what you think the surviving amount is still in circulation, it's got to be at least 50%. I don't think with these were introduced and people were searching, you know, like with a fury, you know, that I didn't think no more about 50% of them were actually discovered. But you got to keep in mind, as time goes on, the ones that we do find in circulation are going to be pretty well worn and beat up. Where your sweet spot is going to be is obviously finding someone that's asleep at the wheel, selling a, you know, PCGS graded example of this coin in like a 67 for around $100. I think that would be a steal of a deal. But yeah, this was a very cool program. I enjoyed it. I didn't get the benefit of the program because the nearest drop, and for a lot of people, some people benefited from a Fed Reserve drop that was closest to them. I was not one of those people. The closest one was like 500 miles away. So, you know, I've had to go into the secondary market, go on eBay and find these. Unfortunately, they're not, you know, and a lot of other people never had the opportunity to find these.
Okay, that's for pictures. That's all I've got tonight, guys.
There was that dead air again. I'm like,
Sorry.
Oh goodness.
That was all you, Eric. You made it that comfortable.
I'm sorry. I like it.
And the live stream is lagging behind a little bit, so let's not sign off before all the coins are done.
Oh, definitely. Well, that's the last of the coins. Did we think of a topic for the evening, or?
Nothing official. I had mentioned, you know, if anyone had any successes, any challenges that they're experiencing, whether you're shopping online or you're trying to get some product from the bank or whatever the case may be, feel free to share it. You know, in the same way that we will end up sharing ours as well. You know, maybe, you know, we encountered a new piece into our collection. We actually got a good deal on it. I don't know. Anyone want to share anything?
Well, we shouldn't expect to hear anything from the chat or the folks watching because of the lag going by. So,
oh, okay. I didn't know it was that bad.
Panel members, we could kill some time until the coins stop showing up in the live stream.
All right.
Well, Ant had asked, are blue and purple toned clad quarters good?
The nickel tends to tone purple and blue. I have noticed that on several of my nickels, which clad is there's a lot of nickel in clad. So I would say that yes, it can tone purple and blue, both.
So you would say that's more of an honest
color.
Yeah, color progression for nickel composition as opposed to silver, where you're going to see like the yellows and the oranges and
Yeah, and some reason with nickel it just does that. I've got several nickels that tone naturally that turn purple and blue, and if you ever look at proof nickels, that's a common color for some reason that they tone.
Yeah, I've gone through quite a few old albums. You know, the old Whitman bookshelf albums. I've bought a few of those over the years, full of just BU nickels, and I do remember that a lot of them were kind of like that bluish purple
Yeah,
color
like
with a
almost.
little white haze on there,
And some of the blue is more like that metallic blue color, or really nice eye appeal. I like tone nickels. I think they're you got to be careful though, because if you send it into grading, it's very possible it could come back. It's kind of a hit or miss on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you have some real nice toned ones that are like still in the cello package from the mint or on the proof sets, if you send them in sealed still, then there's no doubt it's not going to come back as questionable color because they're physically going to take it out of a sealed package.
But you can get toning variations on all kinds of nickel. Nickel can tone orange, yellow, blue, purple. I don't really see too much green, but you definitely see like your orange and your red, like pinkish, kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Dansko set. I bought the album in probably the mid '90s and busted out some cellos into the and put those into the set. Unfortunately, I only did a few like that, probably about 20 coins in total, and they came back. When I finally, I went on a hiatus for several years and then came back and started looking at coins again, probably pretty seriously about 2012. And I noticed the toning that they had taken on in just the matter of 15 years or so. Nice target toning where it starts off with the orange and then the blue and then the deep purple and the dead center of the coin. Those are coins I've been wanting to possibly send in and get looked at.
I'm big about grading my really nice toners because it could bite me in the butt, but then if I can get it to grade out solid, then these tone coins. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a hot market.
Yeah, I know the history on these, so I feel confident sending those in.
And if you get green is the toughest color to get out of toning. So you find some coins with really nice green colors in the toning, hold on to them because it's a tough color. It's probably one of the last colors that you'll see.
Some of the most expensive tone coins have been just the full green Morgan.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
Yes.
Some of them have
that aqua foam color. Oh my God, just
and they're on some of the most
absolutely gorgeous.
Like an 80S. I think I saw it was either like an 80S or a 96 or something that was graded. I'd have to say it was like mid-state 64 or 65. I mean, it's not something to you could retire off of as far as a date with that actual numerical grade, but it was green toned.
Yeah.
And it sold on, I forgot where it was, like Legend Auctions, because they used to do a bunch of the toned
Aurora Borealis collection. That's the one you want to look at.
Yeah.
And if you go on, you can actually go, it's Coin Week's YouTube channel. You can check it out. And he does a couple different videos on that Legend auction with the Aurora Borealis collection. I think he calls it Northern Lights too. Oh my God, absolutely just eye candy. It's beautiful.
I think the coin ended up fetching 5 figures.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I've got some Canadian pennies in one of the Whitman slide albums that came out green. You know, those were put in there about that same time, and they would have been, you know, uncirculated 60s, 70s, and 80s, and a lot of those turned green on me. Kind of that metallic, almost like a General Motors jade early 70s color. If you know that automotive, I know automotive colors, so that jade green automotive color.
I believe they call that penicillin, and it's growth.
It's metallic.
Come on. Metallic penicillin. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying.
Some of those neon colors are real cool too, though. Like those neon blues and greens that you get. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, the more experience you get looking at tone coins and seeing what a natural tone coin is supposed to look like and what an artificial one is, you'll be able to start picking them out a lot easier. That is a legitimate, or 90% sure that's a legitimately toned coin instead of sometimes been artificially done.
And know your toning progression. That's really the best way to tell if you have something that's artificial or natural.
Oh yeah. The Morgans and the silver dollars and halves, the more toning it gets, the uglier the coin becomes. They just get dark, and they don't really look eye appealing to the average person, but that is highly collectible because that's a legitimate toning on it, has its wear and its tear, and it shows its age.
And a lot of those toners came out of those bags in the mint bags that they were stored in. I mean, they would get that textile toning because they'd be right against that mint sack, and it's crazy how some of the toning you get on those is just
That's many years of preservation, and then when they did the old GSA sale in the 70s, that's when a lot of them were revealed and discovered, and wow, a lot of them were actually put into the original government holders and sold, and they didn't sell for a whole lot back in the day. Like I remember back in the like mid 80s, where my dad had a few of them that he ended up buying that have like some of those most beautiful toning. You know, he ended up picking up for like $25 a piece or something like that. I think they were CCs too, which, you know,
they released a lot of those in the 60s. Those bags.
Yeah, I forgot how much they were selling them for too. When they were going through them, and
I just wish I was there in the 60s. I would have bought them all, knowing what they go for now. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and we would have found out what that weird green color on the GM cars was.
It was kind of a potluck though, right? You just say, I want X amount of GSAs, and they kind of just send you whatever they had, right?
And they had a bunch
you can't cherry pick what they have, as if it's available to you. They just give you whatever, just like ordering a proof set today.
Yeah.
They had a bunch in Montana that they found 93 S's in Montana in bags.
Yeah.
93 S.
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Well, they even had that casino hoard in Reno too. I have a few that are NGC graded. They actually have the black insert NGC instead of the white soap bar. It's kind of cool. I forgot what casino it is, but it's got like some of the prettiest toning I've ever seen. But yeah, there was a lot of hoards out there. I'm pretty sure there's a few more that have yet been discovered.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the red field's impressive. As a matter of fact, if you're lucky enough to score a red field in the original red field, like red and black holder, It's got toning. Those things are very desirable as well.
And keep in mind, peace dollars are going up too. I mean, they are just. I mean, you should look at just an average peace dollar now, what they sell.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Crazy.
seeing those. I'm seeing those.
Yeah, 2021 peace dollars are way up because people are
Yeah.
anticipating.
Even a 23 tonight, a 1923 sold for like $130. It's crazy.
What was it graded?
No.
It was just a raw.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you should have seen the
Crazy.
the prices on the 1921 went crazy when they had that episode of Pawn Stars where that guy brought that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rick was like, "I want your coin."
I just want to say something before we close tonight. It don't have to be the last thing said. On the emails, get them in early. On Mondays, we are setting up for the show. So if you send us an email Monday, 3 hours before the show, it's probably not going to make the show. We are setting up. We're getting everything ducks and everything in a row. It's real hard for us to be looking at emails that late in the afternoon, evening time before the show. So get them in early. If you send them in on Sunday evening, they'll get looked at through the week and possibly make next week's show. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, good call out, Eric.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. Yes, get your emails in a timely manner. Now, during our bye week, we get a pretty good volume of emails. So, yeah, get them in. The earlier, the better.
Yeah.
And the live stream does seem to be caught up. It was my YouTube that wasn't live. So there's really no lag. This was only a drill.
Yeah. This was your drill, Carl.
Yeah.
Secure from the drill. Everybody back inside.
Everyone back inside. Yeah. Underneath the table.
All right. Anyone else have anything before we
Any questions?
call tonight? Any questions? Any answers?
Sometimes we can use answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those meeting of life answers we'll gladly take. Yeah,
Sure.
thank you for all the moderators. Amber, always a pleasure, my lady.
Yeah.
The live coin Q&A person, whoever that is. I'm not going to name any names. Thank you for your time and dedication this evening. It was a lot of fun. I missed you guys. The bye week is good. Gives us a nice healthy perspective on everything and allows us to get caught up on emails. But at the end of the day, we miss hanging out with everyone, and we appreciate all of your support of Live Coin Q&A. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notifications. You know how it's done. But with that being said, Eddie, Mac, Amber, always fun. Mr. Frank, Coin Dragon, he was in there as well.
Yep.
Shastina, Ant, and anybody else we're missing. There was a few of you in there tonight. Thank you. Good night. And
Night.
we will see you guys next week. All right.
Right.
Take care.
Good night, everybody.